Mamma Mia, I know Samantha is definitely excited. She's been singing some of the songs all week. So, and we have some of the folks in from the show. Another tech show coming in from the folks with Broadway Theater Lee. Of course, Courtney is in with us as well, sitting behind me. So we'll talk to her a bit about this. But Andrew and Sarah are in, and this was just interesting. I think Andrew took a picture of Sarah. And Sarah, did you have to sign off on it?
I did, yes. Yeah. Yes, I had to sign a little bit.
And Andrew, your last name is Tebow. You're in relation to the famous Tim Tebow.
No, sir.
Okay, maybe it's spelled might be spelled differently, I think. And,
do you get that?
All the time.
And Andrew, you're from St. Louis, you
Yes.
said originally,
Yes,
living
sir.
in New York. And Sarah, you're from Chicago.
Shit,
Sorry
Chi-town.
about your
That's
Cubs.
okay. It's all right.
Wow, so long-suffering Cubs
It
fans.
is.
We don't need to talk to her much more. It's okay.
No, but maybe you're a White Sox fan. I didn't even ask
I
you.
actually did grow up a White Sox fan. My dad was very against us being Cubs fans. But I secretly kind of loved both.
Yeah. And what roles do you guys play in Mamma Mia?
I play Rosie.
Okay.
And I'm Harry Bright.
One of the potential dads.
Yes, one of the potential fathers.
Okay. Very good. And how long have you been practicing and doing this show? Like how long of a process has it been for you guys?
This time around, we've been in rehearsal for 3 weeks, not including what we're about to start with tech. So when we finish, when we finally do our preview, it will be a 4-week process.
You said this time around, so you've been here before.
I did the tour last year, and last year when I came in, I had 8 days to learn the show.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was a very different... So it's interesting to do it a second time and have more rehearsal.
Right.
Which is going to be... But it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun, yeah.
And for you, have you been in this type of a show before? Or
I
not?
was somewhat of a situation like Sarah. I joined the cast about the last 3 months of the 2014-2015 tour, so I came in on the road and replaced someone and had about 2 weeks to watch the show and learn it, and then had a 3-hour put-in rehearsal, which is where they threw me in with everybody else in costumes, and I went on in Houston, Texas.
Threw 'em to the wolves.
Yeah, but it was great.
I'm familiar with the movie with Pierce Brosnan not doing such a good job of the singing. But it's a Greek locale, right? Is that right?
Yes.
So now, is the beard natural for you? Do you normally have a beard? And you do have a Greek appearance to yourself. I'll say that.
We actually just got our hair cut and
did.
beards
We got
done
all
for the show.
styled.
Sarah's beard looks great.
Yes, I trimmed it this morning just for you guys.
No, I usually do have a pretty substantial beard, and they trimmed it down and sharpened me up because I'm an English banker in this production. And yeah, no, it is a Greece locale. It's a beautiful taverna. And I don't know if you know the story. I think most people know the story, but it's pretty much about a mother and daughter who have decided, the daughter's getting married, and she has found out that she has 3 suspected fathers, and invites all of them to the island without telling her mother, and comedy ensues.
Shenanigans.
Being the most successful musical, what do you think the longevity is here? What keeps it going?
I think it's 2 major things in my opinion. The biggest one I think is ABBA's music. I think it's like its own character in the show, and people love it, and you can listen to it over and over and over again. People like to come back multiple times. But then I think in the human factor, the show is relatable to just about anybody. I mean, I was telling them in the other interview that we have, I kind of came into this thinking the demographic was sort of mothers and daughters, and then became very surprised to find out that husbands were not being dragged to this show. Guys were like, oh, no, I've seen this show like 5 times and I love it. And I was like, wow. And then you have like gaggles of teenagers. So it really does completely hit the spectrum in terms of who this relates to. There's something for everybody in it. It's funny, it's fun, it's high energy, and then the music's amazing. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. And did you guys sing in the production?
We do indeed.
Yes, we do.
That's my next question.
Like it or not.
Would you be able to do just something small for us this morning, a cappella? Come on.
We both look at each other
Exactly.
and scoot the chair away.
Who's?
No,
How does that happen?
I don't know. Do you want to sing? We could do a little Our Last Summer, which
Please.
is I'll sing that. It's fine.
Sure, go
Let's
for
do
it.
it right now.
Great.
Sarah said, yeah, fine.
I can still recall our last summer. I still see it all. Walks along the Seine, laughing in the rain. Our last summer, memories that remain.
Yeah. All right.
Early in the morning, folks.
Oh, my God.
Sarah, the stage is yours.
Yes, Sarah, come on.
Who's going to follow that?
I can barely talk in the morning.
What should I sing?
Whatever, I don't know. Do a little something.
Little.
Wanna take a chance? Why not?
No, that has to wait.
you
That has to wait.
I think Andrew's challenging you here.
I feel like he is, but he's not going to win because you have to win. I guess we could do Dancing Queen, I guess.
sure.
All
Okay.
right.
Give us a little
Sure.
belt there,
Oh,
Morgan.
God, acapella.
And let me say, Sarah, before
Yeah.
you start Dancing Queen, we're actually using the clip of Dancing Queen to trigger folks to qualify for tickets to give away. So
Excellent.
we can use your live version as
Okay.
as a chance for folks to call in at
All
624-0870-2.
It's
All
going
right.
to live on, Sarah.
You can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl, watch that scene, digging the Dancing Queen.
Yeah!
I want to know what the floor of the hotel is like, in the morning. You guys are just...
Warming up.
Yeah. I'd say it starts around 4. You'll hear everybody getting ready for the show in the shower, and all of a sudden you just start hearing oohs and ahs.
Yeah,
You don't know
yeah.
what's going on.
Nearly as even close to that, but that was my routine in the morning. I would sing to myself on the way to work
Yes.
so I can warm my voice
Jay,
up.
the stage is yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, sing for
All
us.
right, kick me off the stage is more like.
Oh, man.
So this show is going to be Sunday at the Stanley, and then where do you guys go from here?
We go to Concord, New Hampshire
Mm-hmm.
is our next stop.
Yeah, and how many stops in total for you guys?
Gosh, I don't even
I
know.
think we're doing almost 200 performances
Wow.
in the next, I would say, probably 9 months
months.
on the road.
Wow. And Sarah's response is, I don't even know.
I
And that-
show up for the bus.
And I ask this all the time when folks come in. So, what is it like, the life on the road? Maybe you can give us your perspective.
Yeah, I really love it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think it suits some people, and some people it's kind of difficult. I mean, you're away from your friends and family for a very long time. Your family on the road becomes your family. You see each other all the time. It depends. Some weeks we get to sit down like we do here and hang out in a city and get to know the city and relax into it a little bit. And sometimes we have split weeks, and sometimes we have one-nighters, which means we're on a bus in the morning, we drive in, we do a show, we get up the next day, we get on a bus, we drive, we do a show that night, and that continues on for several days in a row.
And you got to just hear Andrew singing the whole time on the
Exactly.
bus.
Never
Never
stops.
stopping.
Never stops. We have to make multiple complaints to company management.
Talking to Sarah
Defining
Smith
system.
and Andrew Tebow from the cast of Mamma Mia here on the Talk of the Town, 100.7 FM WUTQ.
And Broadway of Utica bringing you folks in for this tech show. You mentioned being here for a few days, the 25th, I think, right, Courtney? Is that when you guys kick off? So, how long have you been here so far?
We literally got in yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And what is a tech show like for you guys?
It's going to be a really great experience because we've been in New York for 3 weeks rehearsing in a substantially
Very tiny
smaller space than what we actually have. Mamma Mia is a 4-truck show, so there's 4 semi-trucks that load in an entire set. So if you can imagine that situation when we actually see the stage tonight and get to use all the props and all of the actual space that we do, it's going to change everything. And the show is just spectacular.
So
in
that
general.
still excites you?
Yes.
know,
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's
Oh, yeah.
exciting. That's
We've
what
been
we do. This
anxious to
business,
get-
you know. Really, we get to be on stage under those spotlights and sing and dance. So
How
it's
big
pretty
is the
cool.
cast?
30.
yeah.
And maybe in your professional career, we've thrown this question around today. It's Back to the Future Day. And I've asked Dave, maybe is there a time in your life you'd like to go back to the future? Maybe a show that you would like to go back to and perform again? Or maybe a certain situation that you found yourself in?
Either that was enjoyable or that you'd like to go back and fix.
Oh, go back and fix.
I mean, one leaps to mind when you say fix.
That's where I went.
Did, yeah.
Me too.
I did, well, only because I was very, very lucky to do the summer before I started Mamma Mia. I was working at a theater in Illinois, and I was playing the witch in Into the Woods, which was kind of a dream come true. And I ended up getting sick, and we don't have understudies, and so I did the entire show with like half a voice, which was very hard. I got through it and I was able to sing, but I would love to go back and be able to like do it with like my full capacity.
Didn't that sound like I was the one singing it?
Well, I don't know. You still haven't sung for us yet. I'm
We'll keep it
waiting
that
for
way.
it.
Waiting.
Not going to
We're
happen,
waiting.
sir.
But it was an amazing experience otherwise, so I would love to like go back and be able to like, really do it full out.
Andrew?
I don't know. There was this beautiful theater I've worked for tons of times called Lake Dillon Repertory Theater. It's out in Dillon, Colorado. If you ever find yourself out in the mountains of Colorado, check it out. But when I first started working there, they were a traditional rep company. And that means full rep, as in you do about 5 different shows, and it's a different show Tuesday through Sunday every night. And it was non-union, so you would help put the set together, kind of, and you'd put it all together in the show, do the show, tear the set down after the show, put a new set in for the show the next night. And I just remember being so young and able with all that energy. And it was a special time in my life, definitely appreciating theater, and it makes me appreciate this moment as well.
Great.
Awesome.
Do you have a favorite song from ABBA, Jay?
Oh, no.
I do. I mean, I like SOS. For some reason, I just love that song. I'm not a big fan of ABBA as a whole, and some of the songs are great, but I just love SOS.
I'm a big fan of Sarah's Dancing Queen.
Everybody is.
Yeah.
Come and see it live, guys.
And people called in, too. Courtney is here, by the way, as well, Jay, right?
Yes. Courtney, maybe you can give us the details on the show. I know it's one night only, but...
Yeah.
It is. It's one night only at the Stanley, October 25th at 6 o'clock. We still have tickets available, so visit BroadwayUtica.com or call us in the office, 724-7196.
All right. And Courtney, do you want to answer the question about a day that you would revisit here on Back to the Future Day, either for a good reason or a bad reason?
I would revisit. Probably the day my first child was born.
Nice.
Only because it changes your life so much, and you just have no idea what you're in for,
right?
And both good and bad.
That's right.
But it's just such a life-changing experience, and you think you're busy before you have children, and then after you have children, it just blows your mind.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I'm really glad she answered that after we answered our questions. So I'm like,
would have been hard to follow, right?
Yeah, that's kind of hard to follow.
Yeah.